Okay. Alright, welcome everyone to Let's Draw with Looey Q. That's me. So today we're going to be drawing Baby Godzilla, requested by Logan. Before we begin, I just want to say we're all living through some very strange and tough times. But for now, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to have some fun drawing Baby Godzilla and not think about any other worries for the next few minutes. Go ahead and grab a pencil or a pen and some paper, whatever you got lying around if you want to join along. Could be printer paper, a notepad, or even just a napkin. We're just going to relax, no rules, other than just to have some fun. So let's get started. Baby Godzilla. So I printed out this reference photo that I'm going to be using. Let's see, yep, there you go. That's it right there. So we're going to be building out his body first. So Baby Godzilla, let's say this is his head right here. We're going to draw a line going down the page to kind of orient the center of his body. And Baby Godzilla seems to be about 3.5 Baby Godzilla heads. So that's from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet there. So we can kind of do this. And that's going to sort of orient his body there. And we can start sort of mapping out his general body structure. So we know this is his head here. So let's go ahead and do some neckline. That'll be his neck right about here. And it's gonna come up to just about, if we were to cut this circle into 4 equal pieces, his neck would come out just to about here, the end of the first piece. And then let's make his chest and stomach area. So starting from here, we can sort of create almost an egg, an upside down egg, but with like a flat surface right here. So let's pretend we're drawing an upside down egg, and that's gonna come up to here, to the bottom of the 3rd circle that we drew. So that's gonna be the bottom of his stomach. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So just about, that's the idea right there. Then we can start kind of drawing out his legs there. Do kind of a chunky, this is gonna be like his chunky legs, so we can do sort of like an oval right about here. So again, if we're gonna break this up into 4 equal pieces, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, just about there. I'm kind of doing almost a slanted oval. It's gonna come up to the top, the end of the first piece of this circle here. And we do the same on the other side, of course, like that. And then kind of a squashy oval for his feet. And then this will be his toes. We'll just do 4 little circles like that. Now I'm drawing this circle a little bit away from the end of this oval here, which will be his feet, to kind of give some depth as to how his feet are sort of slanted to the side a bit. I didn't do it on this one because on this one I'm kind of making it seem like his feet is facing more forward, and then over here they're kind of off to the side a little bit, which is kind of like the photo, sort of like that. Again, you can orient these tiny circles any way you want. It all depends how you want to make his feet facing there. So we can just sort of connect this little spot here, right, just like so. And then about halfway from, now if you look at this oval, the chunky leg oval, we're gonna kind of cut this in half because he's got sort of a fold. I guess that's in the costume itself, that, you know, this is where the I guess they would be able to bend the knee. So we can kind of create sort of, we could imagine that's more like a layer of fat. We can pretend that it's not the costume, it's his baby fat folding over. So I'm doing this sort of wave around here, up high here, come down, just like so, and then it's just like that. You can leave a little bit of space. So there's a little bit of space here to here, again here to here. That's sort of the baby fat folding over. The tail, we can worry about the tail at the end, I think is a good idea. It's back here. You can draw, if you want to draw a little oval, half oval like this, that's going to be the tail later on. Let's go ahead and create the arms. So right about at this line will be where the shoulders start. So let's do an oval like this. Same on the other side. And let's have it be about to where the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth Godzilla, the fourth head, let's call it, ends right here. So we're gonna do, that's kind of where the shoulder's gonna be. Then we can do a circle like that, sort of overlapping a bit this initial shoulder oval. That's gonna be his arm coming at you. And then let's do another oval right here. It's gonna be his hand. Another one here. And you can place your hand and your arm pretty much anywhere you want. This is just what I'm doing. I'm kind of going along with the photo for the most part, but remember, no one's gonna be looking at the original photo that you're looking at when they see your drawing. So, if you even want to show it to them, you could just keep it under your bed or under your pillow. It's okay. So now I'm drawing some little circles here. So I mean, not circles, ovals for his fingers. Just like so. I'm kind of slanting them down a bit. Like that. So you can see the top of where his sort of leg ends is very close to sort of where his hands are. And it's not perfect. You can see here I kind of squashed him a bit. He's a little bit longer in the photo, but it's alright. Doesn't matter. So now I'm gonna start building out his actual head. So to do that, I'm gonna draw a line going down the center here and here. We're gonna create sort of a cross hair type of thing. And then, actually what I'm also gonna do, you can do the same going like that. Create sort of a pizza pie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. Because we're gonna use these corners to put his ears. So I'm just gonna kind of put a little triangle here. And then he's got some bumps going down his head here, and a couple going down here too. So we're just gonna, if you want to draw a line here and here, because we're gonna add some bumps going down there a little bit in a little bit. So here, let's draw a slanted oval, just a bit. Well, not too slanted. Kind of like It's more of a circle, but just with a little bit of a squash to it. A sideways, sort of a slanted squash, because this will be his eyes. Like that. And then you can kind of draw a line here and here to kind of cut it off just a bit, because his eyes are gonna sort of meet right there. Then here, where all these lines converge, just a little below, we're gonna draw a little circle like that for his nose. Then he's got sort of the like a, I don't know what you call this, like a dog mouth or a cat mouth, just like that. So I'm drawing another oval here and here to create that. And if you're joining along and drawing with me, I'd love to see how your final artwork comes out. If you want to send it to me, I'll definitely post it on my Facebook and show it off. So now I'm sort of drawing his open mouth, just like that. We can add some teeth in a little bit. Then kind of finish the bottom of his head off like this, where his lip is. Now over here I'm going to add another kind of like a circle, a small circle, kind of where his cheeks would be. But I want to sort of extend his head a little bit, just to give it some more shape, so it's not so much of a perfect circle. Just like that. Then we can connect the ear to right there and there. Here we're going to add a little bump, because he's got a little bump right there. And then do like that, finish off the line. My line going down the middle wasn't so perfect, so I'm going to sort of fix that a little bit. And then add another bump, and then he's got these sort of bumps coming down here, so we can just start drawing little triangles that get smaller and smaller as they get closer to his nose, just like that. And then I'm going to add some line detail right here to where his eye kind of meets to where the eye ends. His cheek and his eyes have a little bit of space there. Then for his nose, I'm just going to draw a little circle here and here for his nostrils. And let's see. And you can draw a big circle right there for his pupils, just like that. We'll color those in black in a little bit. And he's got sort of another circle here. You can for his for where his eyes are, and then this will be white right there, just like that. Let's go ahead and draw those little teeth, just little triangles like that, little sharp teeth. Then he's got one here and one here at the top and bottom. Then over here he's got his neck. So we're just gonna draw that, and you can add some, you can kind of play with the skin. I'm adding little bumps here and there. It's not perfect. In fact, I feel like I made it too straight on this side. I'm gonna add some more thickness here, like that, like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna start drawing my lines a little bit more, like that. You know what? I'm looking at it now, and I feel like I made his neck too skinny. So that's what pencils are for, and erasers, so you can fix any errors that you kind of want to fix. So I'm gonna actually make his neck a little thicker, like that, like that. There we go. Add those like that. That's better. There we go. Now let's see here. Now he's got sort of this stomach. His stomach has this area here, and then he's got his neck. There's sort of a light coloration in this area. So we're just gonna sort of draw a light line for that area, just like so. And it's gonna go like that. This is his chest. It comes out, goes in a little bit, comes back out, comes out, goes in, comes out. Just like that. And then he's got pretty defining lines here. His chest there, so we can do that. We'll draw a circle there and there. He's got his, I don't know if that's fat or muscle. Either he works out or he eats a lot of fish sticks. Alright. I'm just drawing some lines here that I'm gonna... And then you can just sort of add some lines to add more detail there. Yeah, there you go. Now, down here I'm gonna add his nails, his toenails. He's got those big toenails, so just imagine they're cones jutting out there. You want to sort of orient them so they're facing the way that the toes face, so you can draw lines like that to sort of see where the cones are going to be facing. There we go. Just some detail there. There we go. Just sort of add some more detail. Now for the hands, I'm not gonna ink every line that I drew, or not just for the hands, but for the whole thing. You just ink what you need to so that it looks good. So again, little cones at the ends of his fingers, just in the direction that you drew the fingers to begin with. There you go. And then he's got, you can draw little knuckles like that. And some line. There you go. Drawing a line right here and here. Like that. Actually, no, that line I drew probably shouldn't go there because he doesn't have a little thin arm. It's just gonna be blending in. His chest will probably be actually what's in front, not, you wouldn't, the end of his arm you wouldn't actually see, so. Yeah, there we go. So, just adding some detail to these lines. When I ink it, you'll get a better idea of how these lines are. These are more like the inking lines. Let's do his tail and just sort of finish off this circle here. In this photo, you can't see his tail. It sort of seems to be going off in this direction. So we'll do that. We'll let that be. So now we can start inking. Let's ink this baby. Baby Godzilla. So with inking, I wouldn't call myself a professional inker in any sense of the word. I generally, for this, I'm just going to use this Micron number 8. You can use whatever you got lying around. So now we just start inking it. You know what? There we go. See how I sort of just follow the lines that I drew there. Like that. Oh, you know what? Before I continue, there's a part of his head I forgot to finish off. So he's got sort of the bumps up here. And I don't know what you call these where above the eye. Sort of the eyebrow, I guess. Just sort of a curve like that. A curve like that. Yeah. Sort of a cartoony look to it. A little line here. There's a little bit of separation between the eye, where the eye ends and this sort of eyebrow begins. And then here he's got some cheek that the cheek sort of is its own piece right here, and then the head would be beginning behind it there. Alright. There we go. Alright, let's keep going with the inking. So the guy who requested this requested me to draw Baby Godzilla. Logan, he's actually a friend of mine from high school, and I went to his house once and I tried for the first time ever at his house New England clam chowder. Isn't that interesting? If it wasn't for Logan, I might not have ever tried New England clam chowder. So Logan, thank you for that. For the New England clam chowder. Baby Godzilla. If you look up some clips of Baby Godzilla on YouTube, he was kind of annoying. Apparently there was like other versions of him. The one I saw, he just kept trying to wake up Godzilla while he was taking a nap. Grabbing his tail and just being a jerk in general. It's like, leave the guy alone. I would imagine Godzilla's a good dad, right? So when I ink his mouth here, I'm not gonna connect the cheek line to here. There's some space here and here to give the sense of depth that his mouth portion is sort of jutting out a bit. Like that. And just follow the lines that you drew. Sometimes when I'm inking, I'll see something I don't like with the pencils, and I'll just self-correct it while I'm inking. I'm gonna erase the pencils when they're done, when this is done anyway. So no one's gonna see that. And that's the nostrils there. Yeah. I'm kind of doing little bumps like that because in the picture you can see that he's got these sort of little folds going around the neck. And then you can start drawing those like that. A little bit of saggy flesh. I like saggy flesh. I like drawing saggy flesh, don't you? It's fun. And then go like that. There we go. I'm gonna draw these lines. These lines continue between the chest, but more spaced out as the skin sort of stretches more. He's got these sort of lines here and here. And then it's sort of a stomach line, like that. Gonna draw another little line here. It's not exactly what's going on there, but I might delete some of this. No, actually, go like that. There we go. Actually, what I'm gonna do is just like that. There, that's better. It's kind of show like he's got a little stomach popping out. So now we start drawing these legs. So I'm gonna leave some space there and then continue like this and keep following the line. I like leaving little spaces like that sometimes to show like that it's still part of the same leg. It's not like a separate piece. And then for the feet, I'm gonna start drawing the feet line a little bit behind where the leg ended there. And then you got the toe and the nail. And then you can see I'm just sort of, I'm not outlining the entire toe, just a bit of it to give the idea that the toe is there. but you don't want to draw too much attention to it by outlining the entire circle either, because the toes are part of the feet. Now here I'm going to draw a little line, whoop, just like that, to kind of show where the foot ends and the leg begins. And we're going to do the same thing over here, just like so. Here we go. And then continue with the toes. Now I'm going to be coloring this in the computer. That I won't be able to show because my screen recording software doesn't seem to be working with my home laptop. So I'll post the finished version probably tomorrow on my Facebook page that you're probably watching this right now, and on my Instagram, which is instagram.com/Looey LOOEYQ comics. That's my Instagram if you want to check it out. Everything I post here, I post there as well. And I'm just drawing these lines like that. There we go. So now I'm going to color in his eye. So for his eye, where'd my pencil go? Oh, there it is. So I'm gonna draw a little circle here and a circle here. It's gonna show that like his eyes are shiny. So I'm not gonna color that part in. So I'm just gonna add this little circle there and there, and the rest of this circle will be black. Just like that. There we go. And now let's do his little bumps. There you go. They get smaller and smaller, and then they hit the nose. And he's got sort of like these lines here. So I'm gonna draw kind of some lines like that. Again, didn't do this with the pencil, but I noticed it now, so I'm adding it in. Just little lines like that. And I'm gonna draw this cheek line here, right there. Up his arms. Finish off the arms there. I'm gonna draw another little line to show like that he's a little bit chunky. He's got those chunky arms. And then here I'm gonna draw another line there. Again to show some of that chunkiness. Okay. And that's Baby Godzilla. I'm gonna do one more thing. I always like to draw a thicker line around the whole piece when I'm done. It's just a stylistic choice. I think it helps the image or the drawing to pop out. There's probably better ways to do this with the, making certain lines thicker than others. Typically the idea is whatever is closer to the viewer has a thicker line, and then the things in the back that are farther back would have thinner lines. And he's just sort of standing there, so I'm just gonna add my trademark Louis Q thick outline around the whole thing. And you can do the same if you like. Yeah. And then when we're done, we can erase all the pencils, all the pencil lines if you so choose. I'm gonna erase it so that it's easier to color. And with that, we are done. I'm going to, well, the last step would be to erase it. So I'm gonna blow on it a little bit. just so that nothing smudges. And now I'm going to erase it. I'll leave the eye for later. The eye for the last part. I don't want the eye to smudge since there's a lot of ink right there. Just like that. Clean it up. Erase all this stuff here. Now it's a nice, clean drawing. And you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I'm going to go ahead and color the inside of his mouth black, just so that it looks more finished as a black and white drawing. Oh, and the nostrils too. Don't want to forget those nostrils. There, just like that. There we go. That's it. Oh, see how I did that little smudge right there? Right there. Let me see. Well, I'll fix that on the computer. I'm just gonna take that. Well, actually, you know what? I like it to look complete, so I'm just gonna go like that and like that. There. This tooth looks a little small, but that's okay. All right, and that's Baby Godzilla, everybody. I want to thank you for watching. I'm gonna sign it. Don't forget to sign yours. And you can hang it up on a wall, on the fridge, or put it under your pillow for the Tooth Fairy. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.